Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Um, Today's topic: why recovery is not about tricking the brain. All right, get to that in a minute. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm shooting this on a Friday night, so by the time you see it, it's the weekend. Hope everybody had a decent week and are finding ways to engage in the weekend. Relax. Know that you have the opportunity to show up differently this weekend than perhaps you may have for other weekends that didn't go so well. There's always the present moment to make a shift and say, is how I'm thinking, acting, and behaving helping me or holding me back? Breathe into that. You have a lot more influence over the results of your symptoms than you believe. Start to believe it. Start to implement. So, today's topic: recovery is not about tricking the brain. And this came out of a comment, I think, on Facebook. Somebody said, when I sit down, my, pudendal nerve or sciatic nerve gets pinched. So I can't trick my brain into not hurting, or something along those lines. And I've heard very similar things. I had somebody else asking me, can my brain heal my herniated disc? I have this problem, this physical problem. Will this stuff work for me? How can I convince my brain that my bulging disc doesn't hurt when it actually does? And I think all of these statements that I'm seeing on the web are coming from people who are seeking to understand, which is wonderful, and just haven't yet heard it explained well enough for them. The mind-body concept is not a method to teach your brain to turn off pain if there's something physically damaged. For example, if you fell down and broke your arm 5 minutes ago, this mind-body approach is not to teach your brain not to have it hurt. In that case, there's legitimate damage. Go get it fixed by a doctor, get it set, get a cast on it, whatever. What we really want to do is understand what causes symptoms or pains, and then determine if that's what is happening for us. Most likely it is. The perception of danger is what creates the pain or the symptoms. Fear and attention turn it chronic. So it is possible when you are told you've got a pinched nerve and every time you sit down it's pinched, that is a medical opinion, not fact. Well, they might say, well, I see this on the MRI, so that's what it is. True. Not debating the MRI. What you see is what you see. What's the doctor's proof that it is the pinched nerve, compressed nerve, the MRI, the bulge, the herniated disc, the rotator cuff, the meniscus, the bone on bone, whatever you've been told? What is the hard proof that those things that the doctors are blaming on the pain or the symptoms, what's the hard proof that that is the actual true root cause of your pain? Because there are so many instances when the brain will turn on pain simply based on the perception of danger, not based on actual tissue damage, right? Case in point, touch a hot stove, by accident. Ouch, right? It hurts a lot. But then you look, and 19 out of 20 times you don't even burn yourself. So why did it hurt? Why did it hurt? Because the brain's doing its job. It's keeping you safe. It's warning you to say, hey you, get your hand off the stove. You're going to burn it. But it hurt a lot. So there can absolutely be pain created by the brain based purely on the perception of danger, not actual tissue damage. And what I often say is that pain is a very unreliable indicator of the condition of the body, but it is an extremely reliable indicator that the brain is perceiving danger. And the more intense the symptoms and the pain, the more danger the brain must be perceiving. So, recovery is not about tricking the brain into doing something that it shouldn't do or lying to ourselves. Recovery here, the things I teach in my world, are all about accurate knowledge and understanding how the system called the human body, the human brain, the pain system, the nervous system, how it all functions, so that we can work within that framework to say, is the data in which my brain is operating on accurate? Now look, you might say, I've got the MRI. I've got this professional doctor in a white lab coat telling me that's why you hurt. But what's her solution? Usually none. Injections, surgeries, treatments, acupuncture, chiropractic, massage, all sorts of physical treatments for something that they perceive as a physical problem. And they're going to tell you to do physical therapy for this compressed or pinched nerve. How is all that movement going to resolve this? You know, I don't think it does. It doesn't change the structure of the body. It just, stretches and strengthens. But that's not often productive. And I guarantee there's a lot of people, if you want to comment below, that have done physical therapy for years and haven't really gotten anywhere with their pain. As a matter of fact, physical therapy for me made me worse. Because I had people looking at me going, wow, you're messed up. 3 times a week. I'm paying people out of pocket 3 times a week to look at me and go, wow, you're messed up. My pain got worse and worse and worse. Why? Because my belief and my perception of being broken and messed up kept on getting higher, higher, higher. So did the pain. Right? So we're not about lying to the brain. What we really want to do is, through the things I make available, these free daily videos, my free Fast Start playlist, really educate, understand what's going on so you can connect the dots and say, yep, this is me. With that accurate information, you're not tricking the brain. You're educating the brain with what's really going on. And when you understand that you're not truly broken, that these things you're seeing on the MRI are basically innocent bystanders, normal abnormalities that are being blamed for the pain incorrectly, we can start to teach the brain to turn off the symptoms or the pains. Teach, not trick, teach. We're educating about the accurate information. Super important to know. And there's so many people commenting saying, I have this. I'm devastated. It's killing me. Blah, blah, right? And we've all been there. We've all been in that mental and physical state of despair. But if they can take a step back and say, well, how does this system called the human body, brain, pain, nervous system all work? And then here's the second key point. There are pain assessments or symptom assessments that will help you determine if it's truly a physical cause or is it your brain perceiving danger. Case in point, somebody I was talking to today said, I can sit down and about 10 or 15 minutes later, my back starts hurting. Okay. What's the cause? Well, it's these 3 bulging discs that were blown out, 30 years ago in a work accident. Okay. So how can you, if it's truly those bulging discs, how come you can sit for 15 minutes before it starts hurting? Doesn't make sense. The brain's become conditioned to think sitting for a long time is bad, but hey, if you can sit down for 3 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute without pain, it can't be the discs, because physical problems hurt instantly. If somebody bends your finger back too far, it's going to hurt instantly. It's not going to wait 15 minutes to start hurting. So, the assessments. Go to isthispdp.com. Isthispdp.com. PDP stands for Perceived Danger Pain. Now, if you don't have pain, substitute, the questions with your symptom. All right? But isthispdp.com. Take the assessments. There's a pain test And then there's also an FIT assessment. How many of the FIT questions do you answer yes? If you even answer one, that means your symptoms are behaving as if your brain is creating the symptoms based on, not structural problems, but based on the perception of danger, perception of being broken or injured or having a body part that's not quite right. So understand it. I'm going to encourage you, all of you, to go to dansfaststart.com. dansfaststart.com. There's a series of videos, about 15 videos. It is literally like an all-encompassing course on what causes pain and what to do about it. But it's for free. It's right there on my YouTube channel. Go to dansfaststart.com and literally watch every single video in order. For the one that says, the number one question I get, which I speak about, the assessments, do the assessments. Take notes. Start to implement the messages of safety that I talk about. But it really has to start with clarity. There's a 4 foundations video in there. Super important. You got to understand how this stuff works. Do the assessment so you know it has to do with you. Realize there's a cure. Watch my success stories, painfreeyousuccess.com, and then decide, look, if other people can do this, I must be able to do it. I know I'm really scared. I'm really anxious, very fearful, but so are everybody else who's already been a success and gotten better. So they're a human, you're a human. If they can do it, you can do it. Don't convince yourself that you're too far gone or some special kind of broken. You're special, but you're not some special kind of broken. I believe so much in this stuff. I am so confident that anybody who goes through these processes of learning, assessing, deciding they're capable, and then implementing consistently, that's the key, consistently, freaking out less, calmly reassuring more, engaging their brain in something else other than hyper-focus on the symptoms. I believe that we can all get better. I wouldn't be doing this darn stuff every single day. I've recorded 1,770 videos daily in a row without missing a day. There's no way I would do this if I didn't believe this stuff was actually working, and it does. I hear from people all the time how much better they're doing by implementing these concepts. It can work for you too. Now, the last thing I'll say is go through these free resources. They're available for free. Many people have money problems. They can't afford a monthly subscription to a group program or whatever. I get it. That's why I put out there so much for free. And whether you pay me a dime or not, I'll be thrilled for you to have you get better. If you would like a deeper level of help, where you can have a nice community of people, where you can realize, holy crap, I'm not alone. There's other people just like me experiencing very similar things as I am. And having their support to lift you up. There's a Facebook group. That's not what you're joining. That's part of it. But I run 4 Zoom sessions a week. These are video chats, and we have anywhere between 20 to 50 people show up. And people raise their hands and share their wins, their progress. But not just, hey, I made it to the grocery store, but here's what my mindset was like. Here's what I was thinking. Here's what I was worried about, and I overcame that. So we can learn from other people's progress and success, and them taking steps and having results will help you. So you learn that. Then we do Q&A, question and answer, and everybody who wants to ask a question gets their question answered. Don't think it's too busy. They're never going to get to my question. Yes, I will. You can submit a question in advance, or you can put your hand up through the Zoom function during the session. So if you want that extra level of help and feel like you're really struggling, join. If even just for a month. It's $100 a month, US dollars. It'll take it to the next level. And if you feel like you'd like to have a chat with me, join. You have the opportunity to chat with me up to 4 times a week. And if you think I need a one-on-one session, my situation's different, it's really not. Go through what I just talked about in this video. Learn what causes pain or symptoms. do the assessments, make a decision that you can do this, and then follow the instructions in the Fast Start videos. But if you want some extra help, join the group. But go through this free stuff first, please. You may find that you don't need the extra help. Or, like some people, they join the group, they start getting better, but they stay anyway because they love the community, and they love the support, and they love being able to just chat with me on a weekly basis and listen to how I coach others about similar challenges. So it's up to you. PainFreeUGroup.com, PainFreeUGroup.com. If you'd like to check out the group, the details are there. You can join anytime. It rebills monthly from the date that you joined, and you can cancel anytime and no more payments. As a matter of fact, we're so transparent with payments. It's not like some of these subscriptions where you join and we're never going to tell you, but 6 months later you realize you've been charged every month. Nope. 3 days before the renewal, we will email you and say, hey, it's about to renew, just making sure you want us to stay in the program. And if you don't, there's a link. You can click it and go through and cancel. So, we really care about you. I care about you. I want to make sure you're taken care of, not taken advantage of. But if you do decide to join the group, I will tell you, participate, consume the material. If you can't make it to the calls live, you can still benefit. We record all the calls each week and put them up in the replay area. But if you're going to join, only join if you're willing to participate, consume the material, and benefit by it, because there are plenty of people who join, who cancel a month or two later, and I look and they haven't watched the course, they have not attended any of the group coaching calls, the names don't look familiar to me, and I appreciate the support, thank you for the money, but you're not doing yourself any favor if you join but don't participate. So please do. Anyway, rambling here, on a little bit of a roll here, feeling a little bit passionate about this stuff. So, recovery is not about mind games or playing tricks on ourselves or tricking our brain to thinking something that's not true. Nope. This is all about accurate knowledge. And this video walked you through exactly how you can ascertain what causes symptoms and pains, whether or not it applies to you, and then move forward with the recovery process where you will teach, not trick, your brain. So I'm going to wrap up here. The video is going a little bit long. I do love you. I will see you tomorrow. And I guess Happy New Year. I haven't said that much in the past few days. Talk to you soon. Love you.